Boom! How you doing? I'm Teddy Covers, Ted Savransky. Nobody calls me Savransky, but I do have a real last name, my dad's name and his dad's name, and so on and so forth. Before them, Savransky's the name. They call me Teddy Covers. They've been calling me Teddy Covers for the better part of the last 20 years. Oh, geez. I got to figure out the volume there. I think it just went down. Adjust bandwidth range, Google Hangouts. There we go. No, that didn't work. There we go. I just muted that, and now I'll be able to actually not hear my own voice in my ear about 3 seconds after I talk, which should make the chat a little bit more interesting. But yeah, I'm flying solo tonight, promoting, of course, the Sports Bit Show that we do every day on SBR. You guys come to SBR. That's why you're here in the chat right now, I'm assuming. It's a really good site. This isn't going to be an SBR commercial, but I want to thank these guys. And that's something that I don't do enough on air. SBR gives us all a forum to chat. They give me a forum to do a show every single day, which I enjoy. And hopefully you guys get something out of it. And it's a good, friendly place. When I was down in Costa Rica earlier this month, or I guess it was last month, nothing but good things at the SBR offices. I really felt welcome there, and I hope that I'll get a chance to meet some of you guys in Costa Rica. Look, there's a big thread up in the SBR forum right now. Want a free trip to Costa Rica and 3 nights hotel stay, 5 tickets up for grabs. So you can go in the forum. And I believe it's just the main, just the main sports betting players talk. You'll see it right there, sticky at the top. You can do it, or just go to the website. It's International Football Betting Conference. That's IFBC.live. Again, www.ifbc.live. First weekend of August. I'm telling you, if you guys have nothing going on, you should be in San Jose, Costa Rica that weekend. It's going to be fun. And if you want to just bullshit around, chat, I'm going to the conference to meet people and to talk. I'm not going to the conference to hide in my hotel room or anything like that. I'm in a whirlwind tour. I'm flying in late Thursday night. Conference is Friday and Saturday. I think I'm flying out at like 6 a.m. on Sunday morning so I can get back to Vegas and get my work done. But hopefully some of you guys will come down there and hang out. It should be a lot of fun. There's a bunch of big names. Clay Travis, of course, from Fox Sports. We've got Matthew Holt from Cantor Gaming. We have Gil Alexander from the VSiN Network, and on down the line. So it should be a pretty darn good group of guys, and maybe you pick something up, in terms of betting knowledge, betting skills, whatever it is, contacts. Check out the website. Come to the conference, www.ifbc.live. And, of course, that is, I believe, August 4th and 5th in San Jose, Costa Rica. Now, let's see what's going on in the chat. My apologies for not getting to that quicker. Darth Vader's asking questions tonight. Cool. In nearly all sports, the spread on the opening lines is the largest, eventually shortening as it gets closer to game time. Baseball, in contrast, has its shortest spreads on overnight lines, as low as 4 to 8 cents at some offshore books. It's if the books are asking the sharps to shape the number. Why is baseball different than everything else? You're talking about the juice here, and the juice, to the best of my knowledge, is not changing. Well, let me phrase this properly. Baseball, you're dealing with money lines. Other sports, you're dealing with point spreads. When you're dealing with point spreads, the standard is 11 to 10. You're laying $11 to win 10 back. There are reduced juice shops out there, your 5 dimes, your pennies of the world, where you're not having to lay 11 to win 10. You can lay 10.5 to win 10 and in that range. But when it comes to the money lines for MLB and for money lines in any of the other sport, it's not a minus 110 equation. Therefore, the spreads are going to be different. Now, we talk about the concept of books posting numbers, and the first numbers they post, they do want wise guy action. They are hoping for the sharps to shape the line. That is a legitimate desire for the sports books, because they're not worried about square money. And then people, the public, they're worried about the public. On an NFL Sunday, when all the favorites come in and all the parlays hit, yeah, it's a bad day for the books when the public wins everything. But gosh, for the vast majority of days, in the dog days of summer like we're in now, I mean, the books, there's not a lot of fear of the public. Lines are set to beat the sharpest players. So when the books post those openers with the reduced juice options, they're doing that in an effort to have the sharpest players come in and get the lines, quote unquote, as tight as possible, so they don't have to fear further sharp money. The $20 bets, the $50 bets, the $100 bets, the $500 bets, the books aren't really worried about. It's the limit bets and multiple limit bets that obviously get the books the most concerns, and that tends to be wise guy money. Tomarino Tomar is stopping by tonight. That's awesome. What's up? Rich Banks saying hi. Mr. Gogster, how much was my plane ticket? Here's the truth. Rich Banks asking me the plane ticket to Costa Rica. I paid less round trip from Vegas to San Jose, Costa Rica than I'm paying to go to Boston next week for the All-Star break. So it was cheaper. I paid I think it was less than $400, maybe with taxes and everything included. It was about $400 a ticket to get down to San Jose, and to get to Boston, it cost me close to $500. So it's not a pricey ticket. I flew from Vegas through Panama City to San Jose. You can fly through Houston. You can fly through Miami. I believe you can fly now through Phoenix. But the $400 range, again, that's what I paid when I went down there in June. SPR is paying for my ticket to go back down next time, and I don't know what the price of that was, but that was the range. Saw about Rich is saying he saw about 500 or 600 round trip. You can find, if you shop around, you should be able to find something a little bit better than that. Although direct flights from Vegas to San Jose, I haven't seen a whole lot of them. Mr. Gogster, hey, Teddy, who are your top 3 pitchers based on metric stats as of right now? That's a good question. I mean, the guy that jumps to mind is Lance McCullers, obviously, for Houston, who's just put up an advanced metric season of the ages. And Alex Woods right there, too, with him. When you're talking about the 2 stats that mean the most, in my mind, when it comes to the advanced metric, the strikeout rate and the ground ball rate. Because when you find those pitchers that are able to put the magic combination together where the strikeout rate is high and the ground ball rate is high, very high, those tend to be the elitist of the elite. Boy, Carrasco for Cleveland probably deserves to be on that list as well. Although I haven't looked at his numbers of late, but certainly the McCullers and Wood are 2 guys that really stand out in that regard. Rich, you know where there's better deals? Where'd I go? I just went to like one of those cheaptickets.com or one of the aggregate websites. Then looked it up. It wasn't like I shopped around like crazy. I just went to 1 or 2 of those websites and found a ticket down to San Jose. So I would, if you want to go, that's what I would do. I would shop around on the what do we want to call them? The amalgamation sites that give you a bunch of different airlines that fly down there. So that was, again, cheaptickets.com, I think is where I got mine. Tomarino Tomorrow, I think Houston is still slightly undervalued to win the OL because the team has won nothing. They don't have big name aces. Boston is Price and Sale, but they just don't hit consistently. Well, I mean, the Red Sox haven't put together a monster, and they were on a nice little hot streak prior to yesterday. Shut down last night in Texas, shut down tonight in Tampa. I don't know that I can call Houston undervalued. That team has been a machine, and the wise guys have been all over them. And Keuchel and McCullers are 2 guys that you're being forced to lay the aces price with, although McCullers is still priced relatively cheap compared to his advanced metric numbers. But the Astros as a team, what do they got? 3 of the top 6 guys in WAR based on offensive numbers, plus the 2 aces, plus a great bullpen. No one's sleeping on Houston anymore, not with their 31-9, now 31-10 record on the highway that has given bookmakers nightmares all season long. D. Patrick, Houston won't be in the World Series. You can hold me to that come October. Curious who you like over Houston, because, I mean, again, the World Series aren't won in April and May and June, even July, but there hasn't been a team better in baseball this season than the Houston Astros so far. Of course, postseason success, not the same as regular season success. D. Patrick continues. Value on Houston to win AL is gone. Yeah, they've taken, I mean, there's been a a whole bunch of Astros money to win everything, the division, over the win total, the AL, the World Series, et cetera, et cetera. So, should have jumped on that in March. McGogster, any sleepers as well? Well, shit. I tried to. Me and Paulie had a fight last night about what we're going to use for play of the day on the show, and he won, and I wish I would have won because I was looking at the Brewers. I ended up using Milwaukee as a service play today. But one of the reasons I didn't want to go against Boston and Sale today was what Faria is doing for Tampa, a guy who's no one's paying any attention to. What did we talk about him on the show today? The 330th overall draft choice. He's been very effective. 6 big league starts. He's been good in all 6 of them, and he's a guy that the markets want no part of right now. So maybe a guy that you would want to keep your eye on in that regard. And I cash ticket with Zach Davies, who's the anti-advanced metric guy. The advanced metrics hate Zach Davies, and all he does is win games. So there's another guy that may be undervalued based on those advanced metric numbers. So maybe I don't know if they're sleepers, Mr. Gogster 99, but that's 2 guys that I've got my eye on. Rich Banks, hook a player up. I'd love to play for your flight, dude. But I got to pay for my flight. So let's see if we can win some bets with the play of the day and the like. And we'll see if we can hook you up that way. Houston plus 190 right now. They were plus 400 in March. It's from D. Patrick. Value is gone, bro. I don't disagree with that assessment. Tomarino Tomor is saying that you can get plus 210. They have a much better lineup than anyone in AL. Not as much value, but still there. That plus 210 to bet it now and lock up your money between now and the end of October, my mind is a waste. I don't see that number changing dramatically until the postseason. It's the kind of number at plus 210 that you may still be able to find down the road. When I'm making futures bets, the whole key is this number going to be available a month from now or not? If it is, or it's likely to be something close, well, you hold off. That way you can use that money in your bankroll in other fashion. If you can't, or if you don't expect that number to be there long term, then it's obviously the time to make your wager at that moment. Italian, a huge sleeper from Patrick. The markets have not adjusted to him at all. Good guy to bring up, no question. Jesus Maciel, and I apologize if I'm butchering your name. I'm the worst at names, as you know, if you watch Sportsbet every night. Teddy, can I get a proxy bet in? I visit Vegas only yearly. Yes, you can get proxies to do all kinds of stuff for you in Las Vegas. They're most noted for the Super Contest. And, of course, the Super Contest weekend will be I believe the 18th and 19th of August. That's at the Westgate Superbook. But you can definitely find proxies that will do everything for you for Super Contest. But you do have to come to Vegas and sign up at the Westgate in person. And, of course, if you cash, you'll have to come to cash your own ticket. But when you cash, it's a good excuse to get back to Vegas in January. So, and, of course, those pay out right at the end of the regular season. But proxies are not hard to find if you're serious. Whatever, Matty B. Matty B's done a million of them. You can Google him. It's what he does as a full-time gig. Andy Isco's another guy that I would have no hesitation recommending as someone that is reliable and will get your contest picks in every week. The standard fee is in the range of $500 for the full season, and then they do expect a tip, and a significant tip if you end up in the money. Tips, they range 3%, 5%, 10%. You can negotiate that with the guys that you talk to. But certainly if you're looking for proxies, Matty B and Andy Isco are 2 guys I'd have no hesitation recommending. Second best team in the AL is Boston with Price and Sale. Houston kills left-handed pitching. They do. I agree. I agree with all of that. That the Red Sox are the second best team, but they could be vulnerable in the postseason. Eric Torres, I'm at Dodger Stadium. Cool. 1-1 game. Hill through 7. Second quality start. I mean, really good start from Rich Hill in a row. This is the best Dodgers team I've ever seen. Certainly since I've been in Vegas. This is the best Dodgers team in the last 20 years. And if Rich Hill starts pitching like an ace, Dodgers Astros makes a good World Series. That's one that I wouldn't be shocked at all if we see, because LA is the best team in the NL. Again, that's right now, and World Series aren't played or won in July. But Dodgers and the Astros are the two best teams right now, no question. Eric, enjoy the game, and good luck. Yeah, Carrasco's got the McOxter numbers. Thank you for looking those up. One thing, especially when I'm going solo, when I'm here with Paulie, I get to look stuff up. When I'm just yapping, yap. There's no chance to look it up. It's hard enough for me to turn off my volume when it's going in my ear while I'm talking. Gob Signs, I noticed some of your plays on Sports Memo are different from the play of the day. How do I get the same bets that are in my pocket? Play of the day is the moral equivalent of what we call, in the industry, you call a free play. We always use a play of the day on a game that we talked about on the show, just about always use as something that we talk about on the show. So it really gives us a very limited choice to choose from when it comes to play of the day. At Sports Memo or at any of the sites I'm on, you can find me on covers. Whatever. It's not about touting Teddy right now. But that's where you're going to find what I consider to be my best bets for any given day. Will be in the service packages. For now, who knows where the show ends up going. I would love to be in a position where we don't have to sell anything. We're able to do the show as a full-time gig, and then I'd give you guys whatever I got every day. That'd be a lot of fun. But for that to happen, viewership numbers have to go up. We got to be attracting the advertisers, and unfortunately, that hasn't happened yet. Doesn't think it's gonna, and who knows what happens this football season. We had a monster year with play of the day last year during the football season. So hopefully we'll be able to put something like that together again in 2017 and get those viewership numbers that will allow me to give you guys everything for free, which would be an optimal scenario. But thanks for the question, Gob Signs. I want to bet what you're betting. I appreciate that. But of course, even with the service plays, one of the issues, there's a thought process out there that what the tout should be doing is every time he makes a bet, he should be sending out a text to everyone. And, but a lot of the bets I'm making on a daily basis, I find one book that has one bad number, and that's the bet I'm making on that game. And that number's not going to be available for others behind me. It's there and then it's gone. So what I try to do from a service standpoint is give plays that my clients can actually find the number that I'm releasing at. That's why I use widely available numbers, not the absolute best of the best when it comes to the market. Rich, that's not what I meant, Teddy. Big Simon. Hey, Big, man, you always ask good questions. Tom T. Do you follow NFL college football as closely as MLB? I don't know. I don't understand Tom Marino Tamor. I understand why people think Oakland will regress. Carr gets the attention, but that team has probably the second best offensive line in the NFL. I don't see a 12-win team, but I think they win at least 9 to 10. Here's the situation with Raiders regression. Okay, there are two main issues. There's probably three main issues, but the biggest issue is the lame duck status in Oakland. Okay, no one expects the Raiders to be selling out. People expect their home field advantage to be less than it has been, less than it was. And when you talk about a home field advantage that's less than it was, and I believe they give up a home, don't they give up a home game to play in Mexico? That's an issue. Because the Raiders were very good at home last year for the first time in recent memory. They have not historically, since they've returned to Oakland, been a particularly good home team. So the fact that they're lame duck in Oakland definitely is affecting the market. Secondly, is they won all the close games last year. They had a positive turnover margin, all of that. And when you have those type of scenarios one season where, you get a lot of the breaks in the fourth quarter, the market certainly don't expect that in the following season. I'm with you on Oakland as a 9-win team. I do not look at the Raiders as legit Super Bowl contenders. I do not look at the Raiders as one of the truly elite teams in the NFL. They're good. They're not great. And Tom Marino Tamor goes NFL. Yeah. NFL. Yes. College. I follow Big 10 and top 25. I don't cap all the small teams. Yeah. McDogster. Teddy, thanks. Another one. Who will the Dodgers struggle with come the postseason time? Somebody. But maybe they get to play Washington because Washington will struggle more than they will. The Nats have been even worse than LA when it comes to winning these postseason tourneys. Again, let me pump the conference because you guys should be there. You get free tickets. Not going to cost you. It costs you a flight. and it costs you a hotel. The conference itself isn't going to cost you anything. www.ifbc.live. We're going to be hanging out in Costa Rica August 4th and 5th in San Jose. I'm looking forward to it. It should be a lot of fun. It's going to be whirlwind in and out, but there's going to be a lot of big names there from the sports betting world, and a real good chance for you guys to press the flesh, shake hands, ask the real questions you've been wanting to ask someone. I'm looking forward to that. I encourage you, again, visit the site, www.ifbc.live. There's a link right from the SBR forum page, and it's something that I encourage you, if you're into football betting, American football, why the hell not? It should be a really fun weekend. Tomorrow, I don't know if I'm going to the conference. I like the Caribbean, but the appeal of going there in the summer instead of the winter is not as much since I'm on the East Coast. At least it rains in the summer. In the winter in Costa Rica, it's all dry. It looks like Vegas. And in the summer, it's all green. It was beautiful when I was there. Vig, Teddy, want to go halves on a super contrast entry? Thank you, no. And I'll tell you why. I don't want to collaborate. I've done the collaboration thing with the super contest. It doesn't work for me. I need to, I need to be able to say, no, this is my play. No, I don't want that one. No, screw you. And of course, and nothing personal, but I'm greedy. If I win, I want to take the cash and be able to distribute it. And one of the things that you have to do in Vegas, you have to when you win something, you have to tip everybody. And that's how this town works. It's always worked, and I have no problem with that. When you get what it's first place going to be $1 million score, I'm happy to tip out $100,000 or more out of that to various people around. But the bottom line is, for me, I don't like the collaboration, and it's not like the $1,500. I got $1,500, but I appreciate it. But if you're a first timer looking at doing it, no, I would definitely find somebody to split up with. It gives you someone to talk about the games with every week, break things down, and no shame in having a partner, especially first or second time in the tournament or in the super contest. I'm just going to go a couple more minutes here, see if we can answer the rest of this. Dylan Krenitz, I believe I'm pronouncing that. How underrated is Freddy Freeman? Seriously, he's crazy underrated. The Braves as a whole have been an underrated team this year. That was, like, what are they doing getting all these veterans? Didn't make any sense for me. What Atlanta did in the offseason, and then the moves have actually paid off for them. And they played competitive baseball this year after being largely non-competitive last year. Tom, it's more fucking cold than winter. Would rather go then, of course. Spring break kind of thing. No argument there. McOxter Musburger loves the Westgate tournament. Yeah, he does. There's no other tournament like it. There's no other contest like the Super Contest. And this year, it's going to shatter 2000. It really is becoming the World Series of Poker, the main event of the World Series of Poker, where so many people, it's so easy now to get in. They started earlier and earlier every season. And, of course, the payouts, when you talk about seven-figure payouts, that's a life changer for anybody that wins it. Even rich guys that win it, so you get $1 million, it means something. So I can understand why Brent Musburger loves it. Everyone that comes to Vegas, that's why they move to Vegas, like, I want to play in the Super Contest this year. That's what I did my first year out here. That I got to play in the Super Contest. That was before, of course, you could have proxies, but back in the day. Vig, you should come, Tomarino. Y'all guys all should come. I agree. D. Patrick opted for A's instead of D-backs tonight. Same payout, better value in my opinion. What was the last I saw? It was 7-0. Oh, it's 7-1. You got to sweat it now. Very good bet, D. Patrick. Strand rate and hard hits and walks are alarming for Robbie Ray. I'm a big Robbie Ray fan right now. A big Robbie Ray fan. All that guy does is pitch well. That's sitting, 1-1 in the eighth right now. I don't know if Ray's still in the game or not. One thing I got to do, I got to turn the TVs off before I get on air, or before I start chatting, or I get very, very distracted, and nobody likes dead air. But he's doing it again, and the Dodgers lineup is real freaking good. And Ray's metrics, the full season numbers aren't going to show you. You go through the game logs over the course of the better part of the last 6 weeks. The guy's been as good as anybody in baseball. What else we got? El Favasone. Teddy, which casino in Vegas do you place most of your wagers with? Let me, I don't know if this is a good idea or not, but I'm going to do it anyway. All right, here's the phone. Okay, here we go. I got apps. Where's the camera? How do I do this? Oh, I don't know. I'm going to take a sec for it to get, but I got apps all over the place on the phone. I mean, I don't walk into the sports book anymore very often because it's all apps now. And you don't have to. But in terms of where do I like to hang out and watch a game? I like to hang out at the Superbook. I go to the M and watch games sometimes. I will go to the Trop or the Palms and watch games there. Sometimes on the Strip. Of course, the Palazzo is a good place to watch a game in Legacy's. I think the food there is incredibly overpriced and not that good. But for a venue, it's a really good venue to sit and watch a ball game. And of course, the Mirage is a classic place to sit and hang out. But most of the wagers are placed on the phone right now. The vast majority of wagers. Rich Banks Raiders secondary, another issue that is very much an issue when you talk about the modern NFL. And one thing that's so clear, as Paulie and I have gone through all of these team previews, man, the run defense, they come and they go. The pass defense, the teams with the good pass defenses are generally pretty good, and the teams with the bad pass defenses are generally pretty darn bad. And a weak secondary will cost you games over the course of the NFL season. McOxer looking to get time off on a plane ticket. Stay posted. Nice. Rich, it's a serious degenerate achievement. Congrats. All right, running out of steam. Moving off to CFL in the quiet season is a significant milestone. Look, CFL. I got my buddy Ian Cameron, Babano. You guys see him on SBR all the time. He's really freaking good at CFL. And when him and I've got another guy, when those two guys are on the same side, it's like money in the bank, which is very, very nice. Let's see. I think the team I hear nothing about that could be better than people think this year is Baltimore. They had Macklin, Jefferson, Flacco, first month of the season, MCL. Didn't see anyone else winning at Foxborough. Flacco wasn't healthy the first month of the season. I've got such mixed feelings about the Ravens. They really have an enormous personnel upheaval this offseason. And while Ozzie Newsome, his track record is as good as any in the NFL. Scott Pioli, whoever you want to call, for New England, Ozzie Newsome, in terms of drafting, signing guys, picking up free agents, he's been brilliant for a decade plus. They had enormous upheaval, especially on the defensive side of the football. And I can tell you right now, I'm not going to have a bet on the Ravens season win total. I don't like them over. I don't like them under. In my mind, there's a few too many question marks for that team coming into the campaign. All right, couple more here, and then I keep on saying I do. Though I kind of do this every week. I'm like, yeah, well, I'm gonna have to 2 more minutes, and we're gonna go. 5 more minutes, we're gonna go. But I will cut off here in just about 2 more minutes. McOxter, I was at the Superbook in January. Unreal, huge. I saw Paulie Howard watching CFL at Sapphire last month. That's very possible. Yeah, the strip clubs are a great place to watch games. And of course, you can make bets on your phone now. You don't have to worry about it. But if you want to go to a gentleman's club, they've all got 50 big screen TVs, and there's certainly worse places to spend an afternoon or an evening here in Las Vegas. Rich, I learned everything I know from CFL from Ian, no doubt, man. The guy, I mean, he lives that league. Chris Cannabis. Bet DSI pays out. That's a good offshore one. For any of the offshore recommendations, for God's sakes, sportsbookreview.com. Sportsbookreview.com. You know what I mean? The real advantage to going to SBR and signing up through SBR is that you get extra bonuses. It's a win-win scenario for everyone. The books like it. They like to see the traffic from SBR. And, of course, you guys will get an extra bonus and a bigger bonus. And the bonuses add up if you sign up from that SBR page. So I would encourage you, if you're looking for the sports books, we've been doing stuff with Bet Online. Obviously, they've been sponsoring SportsBit some segments of late, and we'll hopefully have more of that coming up in the future. All right, guys, thank you so much for stopping by. So that and not trusting the apps, why don't you trust the apps, dude? There's no reason not to trust the apps. I shouldn't say that. Occasionally, you'll run into a book that you're trying to get a bet down, and they're going to say the lines change. It does happen on occasion, but that'll happen when you walk into a book too. If they don't want your action, they'll be complaining and saying, "All right, I got to get my supervisor." And so the supervisor come up and go, "Oh yeah, you can have that, but you got to lay the hook." So it's not unique to the apps. All right, that's it. I'm cutting off. We're done. I got to get to work on tomorrow's card. I got to get to work on tomorrow's sports bit. And that's all I got. So thank you so much for stopping by. Please watch the show. Again, sports bit every single day, every single weekday, available on SBR.com. You can see it right here on YouTube, etc., etc. Tell your friends. The football stuff's coming on a daily basis. And, of course, MLB as well. Thanks for watching. Enjoy the games. Good luck. No chat next week. I'm not sure about the week after, but next week, the All-Star break, we're going dark. There's nothing going on in Vegas. There's 1 week not to be in Vegas for a sports bettor. It's the week of the MLB All-Star game. There really is nothing going on. So we will, however, break down the home run derby on tomorrow's sports bit. We're not going to talk the game itself. If you want to play the game itself, best of luck. I'm not going to be involved. But we will talk the home run derby on sports bit tomorrow. So check it out. No chat next week and no shows next week. We'll be live again the following week and really gearing up because post All-Star break, you can start to smell it. Football just around the corner. Thanks, guys. Have a good night.